Wendell, Kevin, that's a show. We talk about things you want to know.
I think you got it, man.
Okay. So, welcome to WKKS, the Wendell, Kevin, and Kevin show. I'm your host, Wendell Watkins. We're joined by two Kevins, Kevin Robinson, hello, and Kevin Thompson, hello. Glad you could join us for a discussion about anything and everything. Let's go right into it. But today is the WKPS show because we're missing Kevin Thompson. Hello. And instead we have Paul Eisenstein.
Absolutely. Hey, Paul.
And Kevin Robinson.
Replacement white guy.
That's right. That's right. Now tell everybody why Kevin Thompson's not here.
Kevin,
I want to hear that.
He was, all of a sudden it turned into a really nice day, and he didn't expect it, so he went out playing golf.
That's Kevin. Hey, and that's like 65 degrees out there, man.
That's what he told me. That's exactly.
Yeah,
we called up. He's exactly what he said.
That's positively balmy, man. That's
You're balmy. You're balmy.
Yeah.
I played the day before yesterday. It was 83 degrees, man.
Oh, Paul is in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, man. Yeah, nice background, man. Some nice art on the wall.
Yeah,
that's Todd Rundgren albums up in frames.
Hey, man, that's the way they made those albums though back then.
Yeah.
That was frameable art back then.
We were talking about this one right here on the upper top of the human hand right before the show. And that's an excellent album. Everybody should buy it and listen to Love My Life.
You're not going to help.
A good one too.
You're not going to help sticking your face in the camera like that. Nobody's going to buy it now,
Your mama.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
They just returned their copies. I don't know what happened there.
Hey, wait a minute. Why?
Paul, I was just gonna say, man, that's some really nice stuff in your house. Mm-hmm. What time you not gonna be home?
It's a long drive, buddy, but I don't think I got anything that's worth that drive in here. My guitar, maybe.
One of my favorite lines in one of my all-time favorite TV shows is Sanford & Son. And Fred he wanted to leave this, he had a will, so he had a funeral and everything before he died. So he invited everybody over to the house. He says, and all my knickknacks and odds and ends, I leave to my son's best friend, Rollo. And Rollo says, oh, Pops, where are they at? He goes, at your house. You already stole me, you thief. I kind of messed that up.
Yeah, you did. And you know how you did? No, I'm telling you exactly how you messed it up with it. Okay, I'll tell you exactly how you screwed it up. The punchline was at your house.
Right.
At your house.
Right. Of course.
Now, all that extra stuff is at your house.
Yeah.
You already stole them, you bum ass MF. Come on, man.
Well, truthfully, that show was on quite a few years ago. It's a little hard to remember details.
My brain is off too. But wait a minute, my all-time favorite scene from Sanford & Son. What was it now? I can't remember.
The doctor? The doctor?
The doctor.
Yeah.
The doctor. Fred got in a traffic accident. And so then he called over this doctor. Who was his, he was a lawyer this time, but he was a doctor, wasn't he?
It depends on what day it was. I think it depends on what day it was.
But he was a mailman. Yeah, generally he was a mailman. He said, what day is it? I'm a doctor. But he said, so who hit you? He said, you were in a car accident? He said, yes, I was. He said, who hit you? He said, a white man in a Cadillac. He goes, I started taking French lessons. Then they screwed up the whole joke by explaining it to the audience.
The intro,
Audience already got it. They didn't even need to do it anymore. But yeah, good old, yeah. I had some things that I was going to talk about, but it's a whole new dynamic with Paul Eisenstein here because this is the music man. This man is a excellent musician, plays several instruments well, and sings. And also has a
I don't know.
Paul, tell them the
That's a
story
stretch there,
how
buddy.
we met.
Oh, you were my postman, and you came. He's coming down the stairs in my apartment building, and I see him, and he says, "Hi, and howdy doody," and I say, "I'm a union man. You can call me Rudy." And all of a sudden, recognized that Zappa was going to be a common theme. He had his earplugs on. I think he was listening to Zappa at the time.
Exactly.
And that was it, man. We just hit it off from then on.
And Paul said that, yeah, I'm a union man. You can call me. What the
hell? Ain't too many people probably in that building that know those lyrics.
No way, man. No way.
Yeah. Paul lived in a very interesting building. I love that building on my route.
Yeah, and that was a great building.
So much. When my mother wanted to move out of the apartment she was in, I recommended that place, and she lived the rest of her life that she was still mentally able to. She lived at that house, and the nicest people. Yes, she lived there until she was unable to live by herself anymore.
Wow.
And they were just the nicest people in the world. The Hunts. They had their own way about them. Vernon.
Yeah.
Vernon, I said Vernon. Vernon and Cheryl Hunt. And
I worked. I was going to Wayne State, and I was painting and plastering for Vern to make a living back then. So I was working for him, and I remember was one apartment way up top. I really loved the apartment, but somebody had moved out, and I'm working it, right. And I was living there too at the building, and he got mad at me for spending so much time on it, but it was such a beautiful place. I was like sculpting the molding with plaster and really doing a nice job. So finally I said, well, listen, how about if I just rent this one from you? so I ended up getting that apartment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I had moved from one of the lower apartments up to the really nice one. I really like that place, man.
They do a good job. That reminds me of this fellow. This gets it a little further. Oh, by the way, let me show my T-shirt off.
Oh, Molly Shrimp
Shack.
Flavor keeps you coming back.
Yeah, but you can see every addict in Detroit there buying shrimp. Yeah. Walk in with hands like catcher's mitts.
Remember that guy used to live across the street from me on Pasadena? He had the great big old hands. I remember shaking hands. Damn, what the hell? But wait a minute. This is a different philosophy on life. Is if you understand that what's the difference between ownership and renting? Well, a lot of times if you own it or you rent it, like this one fellow, I learned a lot from this fellow. His name was Louis Finn. He's lived on Seward Street too, down the street from you. And Louis Finn, and he had an apartment. He was an old guy, him and his wife, and then his wife died. They've been married like umpteen years. And then he had his house redesigned. And this is an apartment house. Just an apartment built, one apartment we lived. And he had it C2, apartment C2, 80 sewer. He had designed so a split level. He did all these, he kept on upgrading it. Redid his bathroom. He said, some people think I'm silly, Wendell, because I'm paying for this myself. And they just take it off my rent. But you know what? I'm the one that lives here. Yeah. And this is where I lived for what, 30 years. I live here. So if they let me change it, I'll change it. If I pay for it, I'll pay for it. Absolutely. Because I live here. He says that rent, own, I live here. I'll never forget that. So that dude's.
We had a good landlord too, then, because some of these landlords will take advantage of that, and if they fix it up and then raise the rent on them and get them out of there.
Right. That has a lot to do. But see, I don't even know if you can do that nowadays, because in those days, Kevin, it was still like, at least on my route, most of the apartments in my route were individually owned. Now it's like these big consortiums take over everything, and they're like they did also on my route on almost most of the apartments by the time I left in 2015 were bought up by these big consortiums that were either one was based in New York, another was based in Florida, they're based in different places, and they just like took in the money.
Yeah, it's kind of how it is here in Arizona. My apartment is owned by an individual. He lives like right across the wall from me, and he's the coolest guy, the nicest landlord. And I could have guessed that because when I got the apartment, I took it over from a guy who lived here 30 years. The only reason he left is because he left the world. So,
oh wow, yeah.
And he had no relatives. I got stuck with a lot of his furniture because they didn't know what to do with it. But yeah, my landlord he's great. He's just great.
Yeah, that's I don't remember. Speaking of landlords, keep going on this. I remember a landlord I had. We moved over to Hollywood on Hollywood Street, Detroit, and moved in there. Caverson, that was his name, Milton Caverson. He owned Uptown Radio or Woodward in Highland Park, and he was my landlord. He owned 2 buildings. The one I was in, and another one. And he goes, "Well, Mr. Watkins, we never signed anything." And he says, "What was it? $190 a month? It was. This was some time ago." And we shook hands, and damn, that was it. And then right before I moved in, I think it was a day or 2 before I moved in, I went to check out certain things, and he said he had it all exterminated, all kind of stuff. Everything was ready for me to move in. So I looked it over, and I said, so I called him over. I said, "Yeah, Mr. Kevin." He said, "How do you like the place?" I said, "It's very nice. Everything's cleaned up like you said it was going to be," which it was a mess before that, right? Anyway, so then I said, "But I did see one road." She goes, and I didn't hear anything into the phone. Then he said, "Mr. Watkins, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. You call up any exterminator you want and take it off your rent. And
wow.
And this will never happen again. I'm really sorry." You can tell he was actually taken aback. And now if you have one of these consortiums that say, "Well, you don't want a place, get out. You'll get somebody else out." But this guy,
you only saw one.
This is only one, man. What are you complaining about? Step on that son of a bitch. What the hell's wrong with you? What are you calling me about? But yeah,
you remember the old apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the old apartment I lived in, 2745 Cortland, man, Cortland and Lawton, Carmona. Right. Now, the opposite thing happened in that apartment building. Now, my mother and I, we moved into that building in 71. I was 15 years old. And it was run by Dunitz, D-U-N-I-T-Z, Dunitz Management. $97.50 a month. All utilities, all in, right? Everything's going great. Real good. And then this singular guy purchased it. And all of a sudden, he felt that he could do all the maintenance on every apartment in that building. And it was ridiculous, Right. And at that point, I had moved out. I moved out to my apartment on LaSalle. And my mother said, "This guy, you try to get something fixed and it takes him forever." And he starts complaining to me, "Well, I got too many apartments." He said, "Well, damn it, get some help." and people started they started moving out, and now if you go to 2745 Cortland, it's nothing but grass. The whole building has been taken down.
Sad. So sad.
Yeah, a lot of those buildings, Paul, on that west side, beautiful apartment building, beautiful architecture.
Yeah.
Nothing but empty space now. Yeah. But it was that was fun. Now, my apartment on LaSalle, I remember I wanted to get my floors redone. So I asked the landlady, I said, "Hey, can I get my floors redone? I'd like to get them redone." She goes, "Okay, well, I'll talk to the landlord," because they just collected the rent. That's what they did. And I came in from work one day. I had a note on my door, said, "Please come see me." And I went down there. I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Don't worry. They're going to do your floors. It's not going to cost you a dime." She goes, "All he wanted to figure out was how you kept your apartment." He said, so he actually went in. He went into my apartment, which I didn't really care. I didn't have nothing in there,
Yeah.
And he went in there and he said, "Wow, he keeps it really nice in here." Yeah, do his floors. So I had to move move all my stuff into the bathroom and into the kitchen. And they redid the floors.
But actually,
yeah.
Well,
and then
As you can see, I won't be able to ask for my floors being done.
It looks nice.
What's the temperature there? What's the temperature
Got
in
stuff
Arizona
everywhere, man. I'm just short of hoarding here because
That's
I got
all right. I can relate.
I got left
All three of us can relate to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Look,
I ended up with so much furniture that when I brought my own stuff in, now it looks like I'm living in a storage unit. But yeah.
Oh no, that's cool.
Hey, Kevin, look, Paul, that's you're not hoarding. You're a maximalist.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
I've seen apartments. They had this show on This guy, now he's rich, he's loaded. He has an apartment in New York City. He owns it because he's been living there for 40 years, right? Every space on his wall was covered with art.
Oh wow.
Every tabletop was covered with artifacts.
Yeah.
And pottery. Now that's my kind of guy.
I like that.
But you know, and some people they'll go, man, it's cluttered. I go, yeah, to you it is.
Yeah.
but to me, I can look at every one of these pieces and it triggers a story of how I got it.
Right.
You know,
you go into somebody's home like that, you really feel their personality, and you kind of, it's like an art gallery, you know.
Absolutely.
And I do the same thing. I've got a lot of paintings on the walls and stuff, but
Yep. It's cool. It's good, man. It reminds you.
So I'm going to charge for admission, you know, pretty soon, and have some people come
Absolutely,
through.
Man.
So hey,
that's
we all three of us are real big music fans, and I was wondering if you had something to say about in general. I know you have your podcast too. You have your own record out. You got
you want to get this CD or vinyl, Better Angels by Paul Eisenstein. But I'm not going to plug that. Just had it lying around.
Don't plug Better Angels by Paul Eisenstein. Available now.
Available now at Elastic Stage.
I want an autograph one now. I want an autograph CD and album.
Oh yeah, no problem.
That's right.
Yeah, I have. It's really funny because the only copy I have, I got the first pressings, you know, and I had to review them and make sure they were cool. But and this one, I made a duplicate of the album, right? So I had the same artwork and the same everything. But then I got the CD, and on the CD it says side A. And as I was shit, I had to go in and redo the label.
Instead of like a record side A,
side A.
So I had to make a new label before I released the CDs to the public, but it's correct now.
That'd have been a collector's item. That's a collector's item right there.
Well, here it is, man, and I will have it up on eBay shortly.
Oh Lord,
the side A version.
Let me ask both of y'all, what's your favorite album covers of all time? Of all time.
Oh, man, that's hard.
Yeah, it is. It's impossible.
That's tough.
But in fact, that's a crazy question. Let me say, what's one of your favorite album covers of all time? Right off the bat, I'll say "Getting Ready" by the Temptations. I love that album cover. That's so cool.
Well, you know my favorite album covers, Wendell. "Getting Ready" was my second favorite, and of course, "Two Steps from the Blues" was my first favorite album cover.
He's turned around.
He's actually two steps from the recording studio. Yeah. And then "Getting Ready" was my second, and my third was "Keep on Pushing the Impressions." They were pushing that Stingray. They handle that Stingray. Yeah.
I wish you guys had pictures of these because I don't know what those album covers look like.
All of those are all of the pictures are actually literal depictions of what the title
they're doing. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I think the most memorable one for me is Zappa's Burnt Weenie Sandwich. You remember what that looked like? It's like got all these kitschy things on it, and it's like it just really fits the music of the record and the title. And there's no weenie on it, but
weenie.
No weenie, but
it's like fantastic. It's that whole period there from but especially from 68 to 73.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh boy. Like
I like
James probably put an album out every 2 months.
I like back then, mid 70s, early 70s, I like the album covers. Roger Dean when he did Yes.
Oh
album
yeah,
covers.
Those are all good. Those are all
those are
good.
really nice covers.
Yeah, and how about those grim covers from Genesis, like from Foxtrot and
oh yeah, Nursery Crime.
Nursery Crimes. Thank you, Nursery Crimes, especially Nursery Crimes. That's scary. That's scary one right there.
Yeah, there's what was I gonna say about that? Yeah, there was a lot. I thought they were a lot more creative back then doing covers and kind of in a certain way matched the records. All the Genesis records sort of matched the sound of the records. It's funny because online now there's some, on YouTube, they have some sites where they show some of the worst covers and like they're pretty darn horrible, man.
Some of it is unbelievable. It's like
hilariously
making fun
bad.
Of themselves. Yeah, it's like why would anybody look at that and say, "Yeah, put that out"? It's like, what the hell? Man, this is gonna scare people.
Well, I think I bought that first King Crimson record because of the cover.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know the band at the time, but that big mouth, and I thought this has got to be something really unusual. So I bought it, and I was not unhappy.
And I still call myself 20th century Wendell man.
We are in the 21st century, though. Now,
exactly. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
I'm not 21st century guy. I'm a 20th century guy. Straight up.
I get that.
Yeah.
You got an interesting painting behind you there, Kevin.
Yeah.
What is that painting? Yeah.
Well, it magically came to view. There it is.
Yeah, that's done by a Haitian artist named Casimir, Casimir. He passed away a few years back. Yeah, and I purchased this painting in Northland Mall.
Oh wow!
From the Truth Bookstore. Yeah, and I went and had it framed by this older black gentleman that stayed on Washburn. And how I can remember Washburn is because I came across the receipt the other day.
Oh.
And he did this years ago. And he says, I do framing and all that. And he framed the hell out of this, man.
That's the perfect frame for the painting.
Oh yeah, he was good. He did it in his basement. He did all in his basement, man. It's funny, like I own these two pieces of African art. They were done by this model. And this white lady who had traveled the world and everything, she was a model. And her name was Susan Boyne, Boyne. I was in Northland at this place that sold these types of things. I fell in love with these two pieces. And she told me about it. I said, look, the only problem I have with these two is that they're not signed. I really prefer, these are such nice pieces. I'd like to have them signed. And she said, let me call her. And she stayed in Colorado. And she could hear on the phone, she said, he's a very good customer of mine. He just really wants them signed. And she ended up, long story short, she ended up saying yes. And Nellie, who owned the store, packed them up at no charge, did not charge me for shipping, sent them to Susan Boyne. Susan Boyne signed them and sent them back. Yeah. Wow. And I tell folks, you got to ask. You got those were so beautiful. I had to get them signed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, that's terrifying, man.
Yeah. Nellie wanted me to. Nellie was going to get rid of her store. Nellie was from India, and her daughter was a doctor, and her daughter was doing quite well. So she said, "Yeah, my daughter wants me to come live with her." And I'm about ready. And she says, "Kevin, you love art. I'll tell you what, you can purchase my store and all the inventory for $50,000." And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I said, I'll tell you why. She goes, what? I said, number one, I don't want to be a store owner. I said, number two, Northland is dying.
Yeah.
Well, you're right.
Okay. Yeah. I said, Northland is not going to be around. And I know this woman, she bought it and she was really hustling, trying to move that stuff out of there.
She said, I know Northland's dying. That's why I'm trying to sell this son of a bitch to you for $50,000, fool.
No, she made money. Nellie made money, but there was no mall traffic anymore.
Yeah,
no.
It's happened here with a lot of our malls here too. They're kind of dying out. Is Northland still there?
No,
it's gone.
In fact, the whole thing is flat. Where are they building there now? I remember there's supposed to be something good.
some mixed use spaces, some apartments nobody can afford, stuff like that. Oh man, I love Detroit. Look, we got some new apartments downtown. But it's $6,000 a month. Well, I can't live in them, but who gives a damn?
Somebody made a whole lot of money just building them. That's the racket right there.
Well, Wendell, years ago,
Punk in the White House, that's his racket too.
Yeah, well, I met this guy. He did Detroit. He did Michigan Public Television, and he's based in Lansing. And I did a tour with him when I was at Focus Hope. And he started asking me questions. I ended up being on a show with Dennis Archer, who was Supreme Court Justice then, and this business guy named Leonard King, I want to say, from L.A. But I remember he said, so what do you think about they want to build a stadium and all this stuff? I said, man, let me tell you something. I said, if you don't take care of the infrastructure of the city, I really don't give a damn. I said, okay. I said, because you're going to have apartment buildings, so I can invite all the relatives from down south, and I can point and say, look, all these shiny new buildings we have that I can't afford to go in. And I would show Tony, we would go down to Midtown when it was being gentrified. And I said, you see those guys sitting on that step over there? You could tell they were sitting, they were just sitting there, man, kind of ragtag. I said, you see that? They're watching a renaissance in their own neighborhood that they can't take part in.
Right.
I said, okay, they can't afford any of these restaurants, and they're not that damn expensive. But these cats are probably hustling, and we're trying to, we get into this, oh, it's beautiful and all this, but who can afford it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who can afford it, man? These rents are nuts here, man. They're nuts in Detroit.
You want to see the after picture? You go down near where I live now in San Francisco. You go to San Francisco, like I said, everybody I've ever known that lived in San Francisco don't live there anymore. Either dead or they can't afford it, they moved out.
Right.
Right. Matthew, my ex-stepson, I visited him. He's in San Francisco now, but he's living in this beautiful apartment, but it's with like 8 other guys.
Right.
They each have a little room, and it's beautiful, and it's a great view of the city, and you can walk everywhere in San Francisco. But if they lose one guy,
and that's screwed. And he's got a regular job.
Yeah, it's not a high-paying job.
Man, I've heard. You're not the only person that told me that kind of story. It's like, I'm working something. What's up? Well, I got 3 roommates.
Yeah,
just to live in a place that me and like the same size me and Artie used to live in.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Wendell, you remember when you got married 1977. When you got married in 1977, I came out San Francisco. My first time, actually, that's the first and only time I've ever been to San Francisco, which is a damn shame,
Oh, man.
1977. And we were hanging out, and I love San Francisco. I said, damn, man, this is a really nice city. Now, Wendell, you probably can remember this woman. She was a black woman with a British accent.
Yeah, I remember her very well. She lived in Diamond Heights.
Diamond Heights, okay. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at her apartment because she had a 15-year-old son, I believe, at the time.
Yeah. Memory, man.
Yeah, and I remember I was talking to her. And I said, "This is a beautiful apartment." I said, "Do you mind me asking how much do you pay for this?" And she goes, $600. And I looked at her like, "What? 600?"
Rent control.
Well, but 600 to me in 1977 was massive.
A lot.
Oh, that's a lot of money at the time.
For the same place, you'd probably be paying $250 at that time.
Right. Easily. Easily. But it was just like, wow. And then you'd hear about how the rents were so high. You had people, if you made $40,000, you were homeless unless you could find a bunch of damn people to live with you. It's crazy. So it has all the amenities. I don't know if
do they still have rent control in San Francisco? Because there are a lot of people that had good deals.
A relative of my ex-wife, he was staying in this one place, and people that from New York relate to this too. He was staying there, and he was paying like something like that, $700 or $800 a month. And everybody else in the apartment was paying 3 times that.
Yeah,
they paid him to move out, because the rent control.
As a Dick and Gretchen had the same thing at a 830B Laguna, right? They were on rent control.
Yeah, everything was in rent control. But the thing is, what happened was like once they grandfather all the people out, then they can and that's
Right.
what
Yeah.
eventually over a period. That's why it takes a certain amount of time. But Detroit's never had
Right.
rent control, have they?
No, I never heard of it.
How about Phoenix? Phoenix
What's
ever have? Did Phoenix ever have rent control?
No, I don't think. Well, not since I've been here. Matter of fact, they're going the opposite way. I mean, a lot of people from California have been moving to Phoenix, so rent has been going up and up and up. That's why I really haven't moved from here because I have a good deal on this place and I
Oh
love the
yeah,
landlord.
yeah.
But
Right.
some of the
That's what
places
counts.
that I was living in are like skyrocketing now.
Yeah, man. That's ridiculous. I mean, there's a place I would love to live. If I ever left this place I'm in, and I just say no, I don't want to do that because right now, if I leave, that's $18.50 a month to start. And I said, look, I'm retired now. I said, no, that's gonna kill whatever I'm getting in from Social Security. I mean, it's not gonna kill all
Yeah,
of it, but
I
damn.
know.
I'll be living around a lot of good things that I won't be able to take part in. Okay,
Right.
so I'd rather stay here, save the 1,800, and blow it every month on some of the things that I want to do, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's kind of
Yeah,
how I feel here. It's a comfortable rent and I don't have to worry about anything. And I can't see, I used to think I would never live in Phoenix because it's so damn hot here in the summer, right?
Mhm.
But there is something just like in Michigan, how you get used to your
Yep,
environment. And
yep.
Michigan, even the coldest of winters, you're used to it, you just deal with it. Same
yeah.
here in the summer, you
You
just
deal
deal
with
with it.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I like it now. The winters here are great.
All right.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that cold ass weather. Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah. Same here. I mean, it gets cold compared to here in the winter, but it's nothing like compared to home.
Right.
No.
Well, now
And Wendell
Antioch,
likes to remind me all the time too. Wendell loves to remind me, all the time when it's winter time. I'll post something on Facebook with it snowing. He goes, "Oh yeah, man, it's cold here too. It's 55."
yeah.
Yeah, don't you kiss
Now
my 55 behind,
Antioch
man.
gets pretty nasty hot in the summer, doesn't it?
But I like it. It's like 90, 100. That's fine.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's humid there too.
It's different for the people here now. The people here, they seem to get it's too hot if it's like in the 80s. It's too cold if it's in the 60s.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. A lot of people are like that. It's like, I like the weather between what? 72 and 73.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a big comfort zone when it comes to weather. Anything in the 40s to the 100s is all right with me. So I'm,
You know that.
Spoken
Yeah,
by a
man.
weather, definitely a postman's attitude.
yeah,
Right.
that's
But
true.
that's
That's a
you
good
got
point.
that dry heat down there too, though. That's another thing.
Yeah,
I went to
it is.
Phoenix once, and I was out there, and I said, "Man, it feels good out here." The guy looked at me, he says, "Man, it's 100." I said, "Man, it feels great out here, man. This is 100."
100 feels a lot more comfortable than 80 with humidity in Michigan.
Humidity, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
the high
Absolutely.
humidity. I said, "No, this is perfect." How far are you from Gilbert, Arizona, Paul?
Gilbert, I'm about probably 35, 40 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay, that's where my brother Gunnar, my late brother Gunnar, used to stay in Gilbert, Arizona.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
stayed
work
there
in
for a few
Mesa,
years.
which is just
I didn't
stone's
know
throw
that.
from Gilbert.
Yeah. Oh, they got a great art community down there too
They
now.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that New Mexico. I can go down there and go broke, man, buying stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a great state. I've done a lot of traveling interstate and there's so many
Mhm.
great places and everywhere you go seems like a different state. It looks different everywhere. But
Tell,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
it's a nice
tell about
place.
your dream retirement job that you have, Paul.
My grand retirement job.
Dream
Well,
retirement.
I work at a golf course. I'm a vet at a pro shop. I don't know. It's like a nothing job, but
Well, that's
um,
that's like the perfect job for a
yeah,
retiree.
yeah, it is good. It's good for me. I mean, you meet the same people all the time, though. It's a smaller course. It's not like some big course where you get a lot of tourists,
Mhm.
but yeah, but it's fun there, and there's a lot of tournament play. I like working there. I also had an internet business, but that, since the Trump era has kind of died, so I've been
You,
putting more
you,
hours at the golf course.
you get free golf too?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good, man. Nobody's feeling sorry for you, Paul. Nobody's feeling sorry for you.
Yeah, I know it. I know. I'm gonna have to come up with some more pathetic stories.
You know?
Yeah, I'm staying in this beautiful apartment that love my landlord. Oh shit, I gotta get up and go to the damn golf course and wait on a few
If
people
it
that
makes you
play
feel
some free
better, I
golf.
still don't have any money.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll tell you, man. Life is something sometime, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it
you
is.
know, it is what it is, man. It's no, it's good though. It seems like we're all comfortable. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're all still alive, and I was just listening to a song the other day. It was J.J. Barnes' "Good Men Don't Grow on Trees," right? And it hit me about something because, by the way, J.J. Barnes is a hell of a singer from Detroit and all. And his daughter used to live my route. She was a very nice person. But anyway, J.J. Barnes his voice sounds like a mixture between David Ruffin and Lenny Williams. But anyway, when the song came on, the first few notes, I said, man, I know that. But it's not. It wasn't. It was "Laughter in the Rain" by Neil Sedaka. And I was thinking about how many songs, because I knew we were going to talk about music, how many songs we could think of that sound like other songs? There might be completely different genres, you know.
So many.
So many. There's a million of them, right?
Well, it's got to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to happen because you only have so many notes.
That's it.
You know, and it's like any combination of them. Sure, there's billions, and different timings, but you know, in patterns, especially in popular music, not so much in jazz.
Yeah.
Patterns are going to stick to like probably 8 or 10 notes. So you're going to have overlap, and you're going to have notes that are, you know, repeated together, and the only variation might be the time signature. But yeah, it happens a lot. A lot of people get sued over that stuff too.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Sometimes they do.
You know, man, the guy that did the Godfather music is it Ennio Morricone, something like that?
Morricone.
Yeah.
Morricone. Okay. They said the reason why they had to pull that music from Academy Award consideration is because he did music for Fellini. And he did, and I forget the name of the picture that he did for Fellini, but they played the same thing and it was just sped up. It was at a faster tempo.
Oh, wow.
So, you know,
Wow.
like,
Well, it's still his music.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still his music, but it sounded more like, you know, the Fellini-ish kind of, you know, weird. Yeah. And then when he did it for Godfather, he slowed the tempo, which fit perfectly.
Wow. Wow.
But they said he was essentially copying himself.
So it's no longer original music.
Original music. It's not original music. That's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Is self-plagiarism against the law?
Yeah.
Who are you going to sue?
Yeah, right. Yourself. Yeah, right.
Playing with yourself is not against the law, as far as I know.
Yeah, I know it. You would have been in jail for life.
I took that straight line and handed it to you. I was waiting for it.
I knew that was coming.
Well, you got it, woman. You got it.
Oh my goodness!
It's funny, but it's funny that you mentioned Morricone because you know, Mission is one of my favorite soundtracks of his. The Mission. Yeah. But he also did so many others, you know, Once Upon a Time in America. And there is a running theme with his music, and a lot of his stuff does sound similar, but it always fits the film.
That's what it's all about. The Mission is the first movie that I can remember as an adult that I actually cried over.
The Mission?
Actually cried.
Yeah, when Robert De Niro was climbing that mountain and got to the top, when De Niro got to the top of that mountain and they cut off his big backpack of armaments. You remember that scene? That was like one of the most emotional scenes in it. Well, he was paying penance for what he did with the.
I truly don't remember that scene, but the scene that I was sitting in the house over in Hollywood actually, and looking at the show by myself. And I didn't realize I was crying. I felt tears jumping out my eyes because when they started murdering all the people there. And I was like, and I said, I felt myself. I said, am I crying? It's like that Seinfeld line. What is it? Salty discharge, you know? But it was it affected me, man. It's like, wow, this is like. Since then, I've tried several times the movie, but that was the first time I can remember.
It's actually a beautiful story and a good movie, and really, also the point of it was, in De Niro's case was redemption, and that's a very tearful moment too. When somebody's heart changes, it's so powerful that I mean, you can't get through that movie without crying for sure.
There's only two. I remember when I was a kid once. I was watching Of Mice and Men. I think it might have been a Hallmark production. Not the Hallmark crap that they do now, but
real Hallmark.
Christmas with Mice and Men.
Yeah, but I remember watching that, and you get to the end of that when he's looking out. And I'm like 10 years old looking at this man.
Yeah.
And I know the big guy did something wrong, but and I understood it was weird. And when he goes to shoot him in the back, and he goes, "I see it, Lenny. I see it." He shot, man, I was through.
Yeah.
And my mother standing there looking at me, so you understand what happened, and she sit down and talk to you about it. Now, as a grown up, I'm sitting here with my daughter, and I was watching Big Fish. And at the end of Big Fish, when he gets carried away past one of the best endings of a movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
And when he floated away, I guess I went like that. My daughter said, "Daddy, are you crying?" And I said, yeah. She goes, "Why?" I said, "I love to go out like that."
Yeah.
To go past everybody that you've known, you can wave goodbye to everybody. It's perfect. It was a great film and a perfect ending to a great film.
I saw that movie at the show with my movie friends, me, Donna, Bobby, and Ken, and all four of us were crying.
Oh yeah.
It was a hell of a movie, and that was a great. Oh my god,
that was a great ending. It was very imaginative.
The big,
I felt like that at the end of that movie. Now you might not like this movie. The movie Vanilla Sky.
Yes, I like that.
At the end of the movie, he has to make a decision whether to, stay frozen in the sort of fantasy world or crash and wake up. And he decides to jump off this building. And as he jumps, there's all these visions of his life and stuff. And they're playing like this great music from Sigur Rós. And it's so powerful. Like I get choked up thinking about it. It's really strong.
Yeah, that was a remake though. That was a remake.
Yeah, it was.
Well, a remake of. Oh, really?
Of a Spanish film, I believe.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I think it was bad. There's a couple of TV shows that had Afterlife. Ricky Gervais.
Oh, yeah. Ricky Gervais.
I won't no spoilers, but that was the ending of that. The last show was serious. But on the other hand, y'all should not see. It's free on YouTube, everybody. Brother on the Run, starring Terry Clark. That movie was so bad. But we're talking about make you cry. A movie is really bad when it's like Under the Cherry Moon, when the crux of the whole thing, the whole drama is, and then somebody gets shot, and it's like when Under the Cherry Moon, it's like it's like brother on the Run has a scene just like that. I'm just looking at the movie. This is so terrible. Looking at then this a supposedly horrible thing happens. I'm like, I started cracking up. I had to put it on pause, and I was kept laughing and laughing and laughing. So
that Under Cherry Moon. Under Cherry Moon had Kristen Scott Thomas.
That's right.
And she ended up becoming a very well respected actress.
Yeah.
Despite being in that movie. No,
You're right though. You're right.
That movie.
Saw her in a movie the other day when she was very good. Nowhere Boy. Yeah.
Okay.
She played.
Now you talk about
aunt mother.
You talk about endings in movies, right? Now here's an ending, one of the greatest endings of a song. That didn't make me cry. I just love hearing. I can play it over and over again. It's the ending of "Supper's Ready" by Genesis.
Oh yeah, heck yes.
Man, that whole part when he sings that last part, the last couple minutes when he. Oh
that
man,
is powerful, man. That can make you cry. Yeah,
and they're like what, 22, 23 making this?
Young man. Paul, you once told me about 30 years ago, you said the music that makes you cry is instrumental music.
Most of the music that does, yeah, because lyrics can skew what you feel about a song. I mean, you may not relate to the lyrics, but and a good case in point is there's some Tom Waits songs. They're beautifully written songs. The lyrics I don't really relate to, but if the music is the way that he writes music, it makes me tear up. More so as I get older because I feel it stronger. But yeah, that Genesis you're talking about, the big ending there is like it almost is so sad because it fades out and you're like, don't fade out, man. I'm
absolutely.
This.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, don't fade that out. I played that when I was at Hampton. I played that on the radio station, which most of the campus hated me because it's HBCU. So I'm playing rock music. I'm taking my life in my own hands, and but I played that song all 23 minutes of it, no interruption. I get a call from this guy. He says, Kevin, I said, yes. He says, I just want to say my name is so-and-so. I'm from Virginia Beach. I listen to your show, and you make me glad I have a radio.
Oh, wow. That's what greater tribute is that?
Right, man. I mean, I said, well, I wish you live on campus. No, but that's actually pretty cool, man. I mean, I used to tell them, I said, look, man, if I played a jazz show here, you'd hate me too, because I won't be playing what you're playing.
Right.
You're playing all the smooth stuff. I'll be playing Eric Dolphy and Charles Mingus. And you be saying, who's that? And, okay, I said, so just calm down.
Music, it's all, I have a YouTube channel, Paul's Music Discovery, and I play all kinds of stuff that I like, including there's some Genesis up there, stuff that I've liked for years and some new stuff. And I recently played that band Changin, right? And all of a sudden I got like 9,000 views on this thing. It was ridiculous. And then this guy writes, yeah, I really like the song. When I listened to the rest of your channel, and it was just a waste of my time. He's basically saying the rest of this is shit, but thanks.
Right now, Paul, that kind of stuff gets on my nerves.
Yeah, why would you say that? Just say
I mention it.
Point?
Yeah.
And what you're showing me is you're just into this one thing here.
Right. Well, his reality, what he actually said was, I listened to the rest of his channel and it's a complete failure. And I responded back. I said, music is a matter of opinion. It's more a matter of choices rather than a failure. So I said, but watch what you want to watch, basically.
Well, everybody wants to push their opinion, and like one guy said, John Bonham is the greatest drummer ever. Fact. That's it.
Fact.
And then somebody wrote to me, said, okay, just go back and get your medicine and you'll be okay. Okay.
Really?
It's like, come on, man. And I tell people, who you think's the best? I say, I don't think anybody's the best.
There's no best.
I have my favorites. My favorite drummer is Bill Bruford. Okay. I'm not saying he's the best drummer. He's my favorite. Okay.
Yeah, he's a great drummer. That's the other thing is they always relate it to sports because there can be somebody who is the best, at least for a year.
Even just for a minute. Yeah.
So, but when you're arguing that point about who's the best, it just gets into, I'm going to downgrade who you like to upgrade who I like. And I remember people talk about like LeBron James is a hot topic. He ain't he's stat chasing. No, he's averaging 21 points, 6 assists and 6 rebounds. He's 41. Give me a break. Okay. And one guy says, something, he said, let me just throw this out here. I'm going to get this stat wrong, but you'll get the gist of it. He said, you talk about this guy. He says, look, man, he scored more points than Michael Jordan, right? I don't mean nothing. He says, yeah, but he did it in 400 less games. Something like that, right? And it's like, look, man, everybody loves Jordan. We get it. We get it. But you're sitting here. One guy even said, I'll drop it after this. He says, I wouldn't even draft him to be on my team.
Oh,
And
come
and this
on.
guy wrote, let me tell you something. He said, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but you have to be a stone cold fucking idiot to not draft him. He said, okay. He said, stop it with this BS. But he'll be the kind of general manager that gets fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that kid. He ain't
I
nothing.
guess he kicked Tiger Woods off his golf team too because he got in that drunken accident.
Wait, that was. Oh, the funny thing about that, the funny thing about that whole thing was to me was when he was in the process of getting arrested, and then he says, "I was just talking to the president." He was
said
talking.
what?
He got the phone. He got the phone. He goes, and the cop said something to him. I can't remember what it was. He said, "I was just talking to the president."
Yeah.
Like some irrelevant bullshit because I'm sorry. Do you know who I am? Yeah, you're twice convicted of DUI and Tiger Woods.
Right.
Idiot.
Yeah, and he's dating Trump's daughter or something, I believe.
Ex-daughter-in-law.
I always thought that was one of the funniest things anybody ever says is, you know who I am. He's like,
Man, I can't stand that stuff, man. That basically they're saying, if you mess with me, I'll have somebody that I know get you in trouble.
Yeah.
That'll make you look good, even if it's true. You look like a big.
But remember, man, Wendell, I sent you a text, and I was telling you, I said, man, I was watching that little thing Tiger does with his golf league, that little simulated golf league. And I said, I just happened to turn on. I said, man, Tiger looked great. He looked in great shape.
Yeah.
I mean, he was muscled up and everything.
Yeah.
I said, good. 2 days later, he drunk,
But actually, you know what? It's the opioids again.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, he passed. he passed the breathalyzer, but he failed the drugalyzer.
Yeah. It's all those injuries he's had.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get the DUIs and drive so fast if he just get off that stuff and just smoke weed. He'd be driving 30 miles an hour everywhere.
Right. But just get a driver. He's a fucking billionaire.
I got a friend of mine who is a really good guy, but he had a big drinking problem, and he had to go to jail and everything for it too. So what did he do? He stopped driving. If you're going to be a responsible person, but you're going to keep drinking, stop driving.
Well, that's what Ricky Gervais said. They asked him about because he doesn't drive. And they said, so you don't know how to drive? And he says, well, I've seen it. I've seen it done. And he goes, well, why don't you drive? He goes, well, you can't drink and drive, so what's the point?
Okay. But
there you go.
If you're going to drink, that's the good thing to do. Yeah, especially if you got the means, get a chauffeur. Just have a friend drive you. Anything, but yeah.
No, it doesn't make sense.
He had a friend drive me.
Yeah, and he's going to fight it too. He wants the jury trial.
Oh, geez.
He said, why don't you just do what everybody else does? Go to rehab. Tell everybody I'm sorry. The same old shit. And
community service.
I'll be better. I'm gonna donate some money somewhere. And they all love you, Tiger. The only thing about Tiger Woods, man, and I hope this is funny, but he was messing with all those women back then. This woman I was dating at the time, I said, yeah, you know why black community, especially black women, are not gonna support him? And she goes, why? He said, out of 11 women, 10 were white and 1 was Asian. I said, you gonna tell me that he couldn't give a sister an apartment and a stipend? Come on, man. Come on, Tiger. 11 women, 10 of them white, and I am part Thai. Let me get an Asian woman in here. What the hell? Man?
That's hilarious.
He should have hired me as his PR agent, man. I'd have tightened his ass up, man. I said, come on, man.
At least say you're dating some black woman. Come on, man.
It's funny, Paul, you say that. Talking of music, too. This guy, I've never heard of this. His name was Ike White.
Oh, yeah. Great singer.
Zappa, right?
Yeah.
Ike Willis.
That's Ike Willis. That's right.
No. Ike White, he was in prison for murder for 14 years. I just came across him in social media, and they said he had a documentary out on him. So I've spoken into my remote, and boom, it says it's on Tubi. I said, "Oh hell!"
Yeah.
And I watched it. I watched it yesterday. I tell you what, man, I don't want to. If you're gonna watch it, check it out. Check it out, man, because it's man. This guy was. This is a trip. It was worth it to watch it, and it kind of took you back, to the '70s and stuff.
Oh, cool.
But it's well worth looking at. And I never heard of this guy. And how I found out about him, I was looking up Record Store Day, which is going to be April 18th. And I started, I saw this Ike White, and I said, "Who the hell is that?" So I looked him up, and then bang, saw the documentary. So
It's good though,
hopefully,
huh?
the documentary is very good. It's very good, and he was, oh boy, one of those kind of guys. You look at him and go, "Oh boy."
I'm gonna definitely look. We can talk about it next time or a time.
Yeah, check it out.
Best again, not best. The one I seen that I thought was my favorite was, there was a couple, but one that comes to mind right off the bat was that one on I can never remember the name of, about ostensibly it was about Elvis Presley, but really it was I don't know why I shouldn't have brought it up. It was made around in 2017. It was basically follow his car, one of Elvis's cars that this guy had, and it basically was a history of rock and roll music from the '50s to now, through the process of using his car, and it was a good thing. I liked it because it talked about it didn't talk about Elvis as stealing people's music. It's basically told about the record industry's racism.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was excellent. But for that little horrible thing that I just gave of describing it, you could probably put into Google and get the real movie, and it's free.
Yeah.
If I can't remember where.
Oh man, before we gotta go, you never even asked me the origins of my hat. The hat I'm wearing.
Oh yeah.
So every once in a while, I'm going to wear a hat. Every 2 or 3, I'm going to put on a silly hat that I have in my collection. This particular hat, I got for my daughter on Halloween when she was 11. So that would be 22 years ago.
Well, it must have fit over her whole head.
Yeah, I know, man. She got a small head. Thankfully, between my head and her mother's head, I'm shocked that her head came out that small. And another thing I want to do real quick, I want to give a shout out to Tina Hamilton, who has a 66th birthday tomorrow.
Nice.
She's 66, and I'm gonna tell you, man, I give it to Tina. She looks absolutely gorgeous.
She does.
She has aged gracefully, whereas I have aged ungratefully. So it's a big difference, man. Big difference. No, but
Brother David says Tina is one of the prettiest women he ever seen in his life.
That's what David said?
Yes.
Yeah, she is. She is, man. Tina. And she still looks great, man. Give all the credit in the world, Yeah, well, I didn't date no scabs, man. I mean, come on, man. Good taste. Good taste. Well, man, I slipped up maybe once, but
they had bad taste.
Yeah, well, there you go. There you go. They fell for the okie doke, right? Yeah.
You weren't wearing that hat on your first date, were you?
On the first date one time, Paul, I took this woman to see the film Zentropa.
Oh yeah, wow. What a date.
That's that one.
Huh?
That one. That movie, the movie I think it is? Is that the movie I think it is?
No. I think you're thinking Invincible.
Okay.
Yeah. I took Tina to see Invincible. Great date night movie. Yeah. That Zentropa was funny because she spoke German. So as we watching the film, you would hear these background conversations, and she would kind of laugh. And I said, "Well, I didn't see anything on the subtext." She goes, "No, they don't have everything that they're saying. They're giving you the principal part, the background stuff. I can understand."
Wow.
What they're saying. Yeah. And then I took another girlfriend on the first date to go see Philip Glass.
Oh.
And you know, now that could be those two deal breakers right there.
Yeah,
You know?
they kind of are. They kind of are. You just are. If they can get through this, I'm good.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I remember after Philip Glass, I walked into the door, and I said, "So, thinking that this is going to be it." So, what do you think? And she said, "It was really cool." I said, "Okay." I said, "See you tomorrow." She
Wow.
go, "Okay." Yeah. So, yeah,
Well,
man.
let's go see John Denver tomorrow then.
There you go. Hey, man, it could happen with me. You know, I like a couple of Denver tunes. You know, I saw. Yeah, who's that guy, man? Paul, you may know. Who's God? I can't think of his name. He does all these. He has a big band. He does like classical, but he'll do polkas and all this. And
Weird Al Yankovic?
no, man. But Tony and I went to see him, and he was quite good. He's a conductor. Oh man, I can't think of this dude's name. And he has great people working for a great orchestra.
Yeah.
But I've never seen. I saw him at the Palace. I got free tickets from Detroit Public TV.
Oh, cool.
And I told people, I said, look, I don't follow this guy at all. I said, but the beautiful part about that show, I said, people were so happy.
Oh, cool.
They started waltzing in the middle of the aisles.
Oh, that's great.
Young people and old folks. And I gotta remember this guy's name.
You can't remember his name, huh?
I can't. I can see it. Andre Ryu. That's his name.
Oh, I heard him. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, Andre Ryu, man. Yeah, and these folks, man, they were just old people waltzing in the aisles, just smiling. I looked at Tony. I said, "See, this is what it's about. It's not about I don't listen to that.
Yeah.
They're happy.
We're widen your horizons, get the other things.
Absolutely. And he would
get you happy.
I think we were the only two black folks in there, though. You know, we walked in there, man. I was like, damn, you know, hope nobody get mad or nothing. No, I'm joking.
Did you get up and waltz?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you see, no, they told me, they said, you should waltz your ass out of here. No, they didn't.
That's nice, though, to be in a situation where the music and everybody's happy. The happiest show I ever went to by far was the Specials. I saw the Specials one time. And everybody was happy from the first note to the last. It was like smiles on everybody's faces. It was fantastic.
But somebody's going to like them, though. That's the thing. Somebody is going to love him. They're going to think he's the greatest guys on earth. They're going to. I saw Nick Lowe, you know, and I was never a huge Nick Lowe fan. But I respected him, you know. And I went there, a friend of mine. She said, "Let's go see Nick Lowe." We sat there. I said, "This dude wasn't bad, you know." But everybody was there, knew everything that he was doing.
Yeah.
Everything this guy was doing, and sort of like the way I felt about Smithereens. You know, those were one of my bands that I used to hear them in the '80s. I go, man, these guys are really good. You know,
they're fun too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw them once with the original lead guy.
I was there with you.
Yeah, and then Marshall Crenshaw took over after he passed away. You know, I still got some tapes of that concert window on my phone here.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
That happy thing too. Elvis Costello. People that don't know him very much or don't listen to his music a lot might think of him as somewhat negative, but he's very positive. And I find that Costello concerts are very, very up tempo. And an example, I remember one time I saw him at I seen him around 6 times. It was at and you turned me on. Well, I knew about him before, but Paul, you turned me on to knowing the depth of how great he was.
Well, you went, I mean, you went a lot deeper into his career than I did. I mean, you like went all the way. You kept sending me stuff that I'd never heard from him after.
So fantastic. But even like the like you go, it was a Pine Knob or Meadowbrook. I think it was not Pine Knob. It was like I've been up there for several entertainers, right, and groups. And you go to the parking lot. Sometimes it's a big mess, and people are just really mean. Man, because the 2 Costello concerts I saw up there, it's a difference in even the audience. Everybody was very nice, considerate, letting other people go. And you go. It was just no clogging, no road jams, just. It's like a lot has to do with who's attracted by that kind of.
That's the thing. There's a certain every musician sort of in background carries a certain morality. Absolutely. And the people that like that follow that are going to be in that ilk. You know,
there's absolutely no doubt about that in my mind. Absolutely no doubt about it in my mind.
That's one guy. That's one guy, Wendell, Elvis Costello, that you and I are like diametrically opposed. Where you love this guy, and I don't hate him. Okay, he just doesn't do it for me. You know, and I saw him live with Steely Dan. You know,
see that show. My little brother's favorite group, Steely Dan.
So I'm sitting there and I'm watching them, and when he's finished, you know, my friend said, "So, you change your mind any?" I said, "No." I said, "He's cool, but it just doesn't do it for me." And you know, I gave you one of his first albums. Remember that?
Miami is True?
Yes.
That's the first album I had of his was Miami is True. And
I gave it to you.
Like that album. This year's model.
This year's model.
The second
album. This year's model. And I really liked the album, but I didn't really keep up with it, especially at that whole thing with that James Brown shit. I didn't want to even hear about it. But then when Paul hit
Ray Charles.
Yeah, Ray Charles and James Brown.
Oh, okay.
But when Paul we would make tapes for each other, and he had Oliver's Army on there, and I said, and I always listen to the whole tape all the way through. But with Oliver's Army, I remember I was walking around, I was doing a split overtime, people that were mailmen over near Wayne State, and I was walking around there, and Oliver's Army came on and went off. I said, I never did this. I took my tape recorder out, rewound it, and I listened to that again. I said, that is so catchy and clever, and everything's going on it at the same time.
Right.
It's just like, what? And I said, I got to find more from this guy. And then I got one. I went to Sam Jams, one after another, every month or so until I caught up to where, at that time, it was right before Brutal Youth came out. And Brutal Youth was the first of his albums I bought when it came out. And that was it. I was completely crazy about that.
Yeah, man. Nothing wrong with it, man. He's good. Incredible. Yeah, he's very good. Sometimes stuff just doesn't hit you like other stuff does. You know, but to sit here and say, "Oh, he's garbage," stop.
Stop
it. He's far. And he's married to Diane Krall, right? The jazz pianist.
Great. She's great.
She's something else too, yeah.
And his album they did with another, Eisenstein. That's a great album. The Eisenstein. I think it might have been Eisenstein's last record before he died. It was Eisenstein, Elvis Costello together. I can't remember the name of the album because I'm getting old.
What's the album with the elephant on the front?
Armed Forces.
Armed Forces. I love that record.
That's a great album. From beginning to end. And the lyrics are just, man, I could Costello lyrics all the time. But we better wrap up around now. Yeah, we're a little over an hour. But is anything anybody want to say in particular?
Man.
I expect to hear Kevin's score next week.
My score?
No. White Kevin's score.
Kevin. White.
Since he gave up on the podcast, I want to know how he shot.
Well, Paul, I always say, I'm Kevin, that's Kevin. You can tell the difference between us because he's taller.
He is taller. He is taller. But no less built.
What was that? Somebody said something about I was going golfing with my friends Kevin and Kevin. This is some time ago. They said they happen to know, they knew Kevin, but they also knew you, Kevin, too. They said so it's tall Kevin and short Kevin. I said, how come nobody says a black Kevin and white Kevin? I guess because Kevin's more tall than he is white.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. The difference is a lot more extreme.
Yeah, this guy's tall as hell. That's the first thing you think of.
But that's the good thing, though. You're not thinking race. You just say, yeah, one's tall, one's short. You know, Or short.
I miss those days when we all three used to go play Palmer Park. That was so much fun.
It's shut down now, Paul. Palmer Park. It's gone.
It's gone.
It is gone. They've let everything. The back nine has been gone. And then the front nine, man, they took down all the fences. They still got the clubhouse up, and I saw deer running around there the other day.
Oh my God!
There's a heart attack, man. They got deer. Now another part of Palmer Park, they still have the tennis courts and all that. And they put up a band shell and all those things. It's a nature reserve now. You might as well say it's a nature reserve, and that's a shame because that was a decent, nice, flat, easy course to play.
Yeah, not expensive. It was fun.
Not expensive. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
well, they got the other. They got the one across Pontchartrain where they play the.
The good one. Yeah.
The real good one where they play the big thing every May or something like that.
PGA Tour event there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's part of the tour. It used to be part of the Buick Open or something they used to do up in Grand Blanc or something, but now they do it at that club.
They don't. Oh, that's what they replaced the Buick Open.
That's what I think. Yeah, I believe they replaced the Buick Open with that, man.
Okay.
So somehow Detroit got a hold of that, and they do good though. They draw crowds, man. They draw big crowds there.
I had to grab this. I had this old picture. This was Wendell and I playing golf. What course was this, Wendell? I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
It was one of the Detroit courses we used to play with a lot of trees and.
Park? Was it Chandler Park?
Chandler?
Might be Chandler, huh?
Not Bonnybrook. Could have been Bonnybrook.
It wasn't Bonnybrook. We used to play Bonnybrook.
Let's see it again.
I don't know. I'm trying to get it without all the reflection.
Yeah, you good. You good. Oh man, yeah.
Look at us, young peoples.
I know.
What does that look like? That might be Chandler Park.
That's Chandler Park.
It could be Chandler Park.
What about
beautiful
Rogel?
Golf course.
Could it be Rogel?
I don't think it's Rogel.
Oh,
okay, so that's Chandler Park.
And they let that go too.
Park.
I think
it's Chandler. Yeah.
Rogel. I like Rogel. That was a weird setup.
Man, I like Bonnybrook.
Bonnybrook was fun too.
I like Bonnybrook too.
Last time I played Bonnybrook was with Wendell and Kevin, and this old guy came out. Man, he was very old, and he asked could he play with us, and we said yeah, and he was talking about his wife was having surgery, and his wife told him to just get out of here. Don't sit here worrying about me. Go play some golf. We played with this guy. This dude was old as dirt, man. Let me tell you. He's in his 80s. I wonder if he's still living. But anyway,
think so.
He'd be 120. But this guy would hit the ball maybe 110, 120 yards straight down the middle.
Every time.
Every time. Mm-hmm. Every time. And you want to talk about the tortoise and the hare, playing golf. He had that discipline. And he'd get up there, put it in, and we had a good time. And off he went. But I'm still thinking about that guy. I still think about him from time to time, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, such a nice thing.
Was it Bonnybrook that we did that like charity event, like 36 holes?
Yeah.
That was crazy, man.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun. Gone by. And Bonnybrook was where the guy that watched the cars in the parking lot, he gave me a MC5 tape, which had had some live stuff. It was really different, and and turned me on to a lot of unknown to me MC5 tunes. I never returned it to him because by the time I went back to return it to him, he had left. He didn't work there anymore. So I still got it.
He's probably still pissed off at you to this day.
Yeah,
You say you ever see a tall guy with a big head? Kick his butt on sight. He stole my tape.
On that note, then Well, let's call it a day. And
All right.
thank you, R. Paul Eisenstein.
Thanks for having me.
Right.
It was fun.
And you're invited back to come anytime you want. And
All right.
Absolutely.
and of course, Kevin Robinson, Esquire.
That's right.
And
Can't get rid of me.
And me, I look like my eyes are closed all the time. I look like Robert Mitchum. I always like getting ready to go to sleep or something.
Yeah.
Wake up, Watkins. Okay, they're right. And I'll see y'all later. Remember?
All right.
All right, man. Guys, have a great day.
Okay, take it easy,
All right.
everybody.
You too, Paul. You too, Wendell. Yep. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Wendell, Kevin, that's a show. We talk about things you wanna know. From the Bay, we come to you with the freshest point of view. Watkins Lee